In the NHL, it only takes a split second. That's all it takes for a hockey stick to go from a tool to a weapon. Don't believe me? Watch this. These are the most terrible hockey stick hits in NHL history. 10. Matt Cook versus Erik Karlsson, 2013.
Here by the Senators as
Burrows takes exception.
What if a single play didn't just injure a player, but actually forced the NHL to change its rules? In 2015, Alex Burrows crossed a dangerous line during a heated exchange with Taylor Hall. Instead of disengaging, Burrows delivered a deliberate slash straight toward Hall's upper body and neck area, a motion that looked far more like retaliation than hockey. The contact stunned everyone watching. The NHL responded with a suspension, reinforcing a message the league keeps repeating. Stick swings like this are never part of the game. And somehow, the next moment showed things could still escalate even further. 9. Gustav Nyquist on Jared Spurgeon, 2017.
He gives him a shot. Nyquist doesn't like it. Watch.
Mantha trying to work it free. Puck comes to Zetterberg.
You'd think decades later, players would have learned from moments like that, right? Fast forward to 2017, and we saw another shocking lapse in control. During a heated game, Gustav Nyquist retaliated after taking a cross-check. Except instead of skating away or pushing back cleanly, he jabbed his stick straight into Jared Spurgeon's face, in a motion that looked more like a pitchfork than a hockey play. Spurgeon immediately went down bleeding, and the arena fell into that silence where everyone knows something just went too far. Nyquist was handed an 8-game suspension, a clear message from the league that this kind of reckless stick work has no place in modern hockey. But even that didn't stop the next incident from feeling just as personal and just as brutal. 8. Duncan Keith on Charlie Coyle.
Back to the point, across for Jalmerson, but the pass brings Coyle. Was hit up high by Duncan.
2016. What if the hit wasn't just reckless, but clearly intentional? In 2016, Duncan Keith showed exactly how dangerous retaliation can be. After getting frustrated in a play, Keith swung his stick one-handed right into Charlie Coyle's face. This was frustration boiling over in real time. Coyle took the hit directly to the head, and you could instantly tell this crossed a serious line. The NHL didn't hesitate. Keith was suspended for 6 games. But if that felt harsh, what happened next showed just how much worse things could get when sticks are used with intent rather than control. 7. Brad May on Steve Hines, 2000.
Oh gosh, what was that all about?
You know it's bad when a player gets cut up and still comes back like nothing happened. In 2000, Brad May lost his cool in a way that still makes fans wince. Skating behind Steve Hines, May delivered a vicious slash straight to Hines' face. Hines immediately went down, and the damage was obvious. His nose was split open, requiring 9 stitches. And here's the wild part. Hines actually returned to the same game, stitched up and ready to go, which tells you just how tough hockey players are. The league, though, didn't take it lightly. May was hit with a massive 20-game suspension, one of the harshest at the time. But if you think that was brutal, the next one gets even harder to watch. 6. Dave Brown on Tomas Sandstrom, 1987.
Excusable, and you try to find from Dave Brown, and you wonder, folks,
what happens when retaliation turns into outright destruction? Back in 1987, Dave Brown delivered one of the most dangerous stick attacks ever seen. In a moment of frustration, he cross-checked Tomas Sandstrom directly in the face, hard. This was a full-force blow that changed the game instantly. Sandstrom suffered a broken jaw and a concussion, and the hit left players and fans stunned. You could feel the shift, because this was something else entirely. The NHL responded with a 15-game suspension for Brown, making it clear that this kind of retaliation crossed every line. Still, incidents like this kept happening, and one of the worst was yet to come. 5. Wayne Maki versus Ted Green. 1969. Some stick incidents ended games. This one nearly ended a career. In 1969, Wayne Maki and Ted Green became involved in one of the most violent stick confrontations hockey has ever seen. During the altercation, both players swung their sticks like clubs, and Green took a devastating blow to the head. He suffered a fractured skull and brain injury, an impact so serious it threatened his career entirely. The fallout reached beyond suspensions, and if you think incidents like that stayed in hockey's past, the next one proved they didn't. 4. Kevin Stevens versus Dave Manson, 1991.
We have the potential
What happens when a single swing changes a superstar's entire season? In 1991, Dave Manson delivered a brutal high stick that caught Kevin Stevens directly in the face. The impact was immediate. Stevens suffered serious facial injuries that required reconstructive surgery and forced him out of the lineup during a critical stretch of the season. Moments like this show just how dangerous uncontrolled stick swings can be, especially when they rise above shoulder level. The NHL responded with discipline, but incidents like this kept happening, proving the message still wasn't getting through. And the next one showed what happens when retaliation becomes outright targeting. 3. Chris Simon on Ryan Holweg, 2007.
Simon just smacked Holweg with a
Attending to Holweg.
What happens when a player doesn't just react, but targets? In 2007, Chris Simon delivered one of the most shocking retaliations in modern NHL history. After taking a hit from Ryan Holweg, Simon turned and swung his stick two-handed right into Holweg's jaw and throat area. It wasn't accidental, it was deliberate. Holweg dropped, needing stitches, and the entire arena knew this was serious. The NHL came down hard. Simon was suspended for 25 games, one of the longest bans ever at the time, even stretching across seasons. It sent a message: intentional stick attacks would not be tolerated. But somehow, another incident that same year pushed things just as far. 2. Jesse Bouleris on Ryan Kessler, 2007. What if the force of the hit was so insane, the stick itself couldn't handle it? In 2007, Jesse Bouleris unleashed a brutal cross-check on Ryan Kessler's face. The impact was so powerful that Bouleris' stick actually snapped on contact. That's how much force went into that single moment. Kessler took the hit, clearly shaken, but incredibly managed to return not long after. Bouleris, though, paid the price with a 25-game suspension, matching one of the harshest punishments in league history. It was another wake-up call. But the most infamous moment of all was still waiting, and this one didn't just stay on the ice. 1. Marty McSorley on Donald Brashear, 2000.
McSorley is out there as well. Boy, I tell you, with the ugly...
This is the moment hockey crossed the line and turned into a criminal case. In 2000, Marty McSorley crossed a line that no player should ever approach. In the final moments of a game, he skated up behind Donald Brashear and delivered a two-handed slash directly to his head. Brashear collapsed instantly, hitting his head on the ice in a frightening fall that silenced the arena. McSorley was suspended for 23 games, but that wasn't the end of it. The incident led to a criminal assault charge, making it one of the rare times hockey violence entered the legal system.